That's a chip right there. Because Golden State, as they are, is not beating them. Milwaukee is not going to beat them. Um,
Let's see. I'm trying to do what I did last time. Screens. Wait, what? Wait, hold on a second. I'm gonna have to do better at this, bro. It won't let me screen one. How do I? Hold on. It won't let me. Hold on a second. Yeah, you hear all that background noise now?
no, I don't hear no background noise.
I do.
I don't hear no background noise. What you doing with this topic? What's the topic? Well,
Oh, this is just
Halo.
entertainment. This is you know, it's gonna be
Oh, okay.
it's a potpourri. I don't have anything planned. I just
And 343 just keeps shitting on Halo, bro. Left and right. Now the fucking co-op, you can't. The co-op isn't even open. Now you can't even. You can only be like 100 feet away from somebody, and then you'll die and teleport back. It's dumbest shit ever.
hey, what's up, Dre? Is that Dre in there? Yeah, that's Dre.
Dre, where?
Yo, Dre, can you hear me?
Are
He's
you
not.
on YouTube?
Yeah, I'm on YouTube. But
Oh, okay.
Dre says, turn your volume up and your background noise down. All
Is
right.
it the same Dre?
Of course. Is it Dre? Is it Dre? Is it Dre? That's
Oh,
what they say
Dre,
every day in
Dre, your
LA.
worry is trash. I just want you to know that, bro.
How's that, Dre? How's that sound?
Let me see. What's your YouTube call? Cause I'm not even logged into my thing. What do you got as called? Ricky Brown or what?
Yeah, Ricky
Plan
Brown.
B.
Ricky Brown. It's in well, I was trying to stream it through Plan B. Oh, he said he can hear you. So if he can hear you, that means that in the Discord it's working.
Your YouTube channel is called Ricky Brown.
Yeah.
Shit, I'm going to YouTube and type in Ricky Brown. And,
Oh, it's a bunch of Ricky Browns that show up. Those are all frauds. I mean,
well, you might drop the link in here.
that's a good idea. But first, I gotta. I don't know why Discord won't let me use YouTube. I mean, if he can hear you, if Drake can hear you, then it works the way that I want it to work. But if Drake can't hear you, then well, that's something. I can't even find it in my own damn channel. Let's see. I'm going to my own library. Hold up. New channel. It says I'm live. Okay, it's a Laker thumbnail. All right. That's all right. They all have to be. Yes, it is late. Um, can everybody hear me in the chat? The three of you that exist. Uh oh. Who's not subscribed, Jerry? Let me know. Somebody's got to call these niggas out.
Golden State Warriors trash, Dre.
All right. So how's the volume, Dre? Is the volume okay? Is the background noise still there? All right. Well, I'm coming on live today. I don't know if I'll get feedback on how I sound, and I will adjust as need be. But I came on here mostly to talk about the state of my Los Angeles Lakers and why do the Lakers need to jettison our young talent again without just waiting for these flowers to bloom. It's kind of sickening as a Laker fan. I've been a Laker fan since my father raised me as one in the 80s. And I watched what we did. When you see the Carusos of the world, and you see Brandon Ingrams, the Kuzmas, the Julius Randles, when you see these guys all leave, and now that you look at your roster and it's full of a bunch of older guys, and the young guys that are on the roster are brittle. That's a problem. And I listen.
Nah, Dre, I'm subscribed. I'm just not logged in to my thing, my YouTube. That's why.
So,
I'm
thanks, Dre.
subscribed.
Thanks. So my problem with the Lakers is I've watched Brandon Ingram, Kyle Kuzma, KCP, Julius Randle, Lonzo Ball, Josh Hart, on and on and on we can go. I have watched us get rid of these guys and see them perform well on other teams. I've seen Alex Caruso, who was undrafted, a G League player, D League player, and he turned to be out one of the best defensive guards in the league. I've seen him go to another team. The man started game 5 of the NBA Finals when we won the chip in the bubble, and they got rid of him. They didn't bring him back. They rather brought back Horton Tucker, who had high stock when when it was a rookie, but when it came time for Horton Tucker to show his teeth, he laid an egg. And I don't look. Do I think that if the Lakers made a trade for KD and Kyrie, would it be a good move for the Lakers? Yeah, if you want to sell even more tickets at a higher price, it's absolutely going to be a good move for you. But the problem that's going to come with that is Kevin Durant is going to be 34 years old when the season starts. That's a fact. LeBron James, well, LeBron James has been blessed with durability over his career. And he's starting to get these little nicks, these little injuries here, where he's sitting out 10 games or so. I mean, like, he's not on AD level where he's missing, months at a time. But it's no guarantee if the Lakers do get Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving that they're going to win the championship. I just saw Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant get swept. So why in the hell would I think that if we add these two guys to the Lakers with the aging LeBron James who couldn't even make the play-in, why would I have my hopes up thinking that the Lakers could do something if they got those three guys or those two guys? Who are you going to put around them? Somebody's got to play defense. There's no defenders, none of that. We got problems.
Talking nonsense, Rick.
Well, look, man. Look, what are you doing, Manhattan? You
Listen, first of all, if you do get KD and Kyrie, I don't. I mean, other than Golden State, who's going to be in the West that's really going to challenge them? Let's be realistic.
Phoenix.
Oh, oh, Warriors.
Phoenix is bringing back their same team.
Oh,
Phoenix,
guess what? But the prop, Chris. Listen,
Golden
Chris
State
Paul.
is bringing back their
Listen,
same team.
that is fine, and that's why I said who in the West going to challenge him other than Golden State. We already know what Chris Paul is, right? Chris Paul isn't. He's not. He ain't no LeBron. He ain't built to last. I mean, I'm sorry to say it. This is what keeps plaguing him. Every time playoffs come around, something happens to Chris Paul. Devin Booker is going to be on his own. Really, the only team that's going to challenge them in the West is literally the Warriors. Like, other than that, think of any other team that's going to take them. And no other teams with that type of firepower other than the Warriors. To beat the Lakers may not. I mean, we're not gonna. you're right about the defensive part, but this not a team that can really take them. Ultimately, it's still not a team that's going to take them. I mean, what if they get Kyrie and KD? That's a lot of firepower right there. So, I mean, as for defense, you got to keep Howard. You got to keep Avery Bradley. I mean, yeah, I mean, you got to sign some veteran, minimum contracts and all that here and there. But you're gonna have to sign some young dudes, right, for the low. 'Cause you can't be trying to sign all these old veteran players. I mean, you still got Carmelo. I don't know what you're gonna do with Carmelo. So you might have to like maybe either move him or keep him, have him come off the bench.
Well, as of now, Carmelo is a free agent. You know
Right.
he gonna try to get in where he fit in. I wouldn't be surprised if Carmelo probably latched on to the Warriors to come off the bench for them to try to get him a ring. He is very desperate right now to get a ring. He thought he was going to get a ring yet last year, teaming with LeBron and Westbrook. Now listen, I called this whole debacle about Westbrook joining the league. I told y'all it wasn't going to work. Laker fans, I ain't going to name names, was in Discord talking about how LeBron could make it work because he's LeBron and this and that or whatever. And well, you see what happened. Dre, I appreciate that your insight here, but the Clippers are trash. Please not mention that. There are three teams in California, four if you want to count the Kings, and only two of them matter right now. One of them's got 17 championships, and the other ones, they just started winning. They got a team full of light skinned niggas. We know what we're talking about here. I think the Clippers do this every year. We get all the best wing defenders are Kawhi Leonard, Paul George. They can guard anybody. They're the national guard. They this, they that, and then none of them play. They all get hurt.
Yeah, I don't, I
You
don't, I
know,
don't know what the, I don't know.
man. I mean,
Clippers just got who John Wall really. When was the last time you seen John Wall was available to play
I
for
didn't
them?
even know John Wall was still in the league.
Yeah, I can't remember the last time I seen John Wall actually had a full season.
And Dre, you're right. I don't know who's going to play defense for the Lakers. Listen, Kevin Durant is allergic to defense. I mean, I never. The last time I saw Kevin Durant play good defense was when he was in Seattle and he was guarding Kobe. He gave Kobe problems because of his length. He,
Dre, you say even trade will be LeBron and AD. You think KD want to play with Russ?
God no, that
Bro,
is.
if they have interest in going to the Lakers, they don't want to see Russ over there. That's pretty much the point. I think is either they're gonna give up LeBron and Russ. They're gonna give up AD and Russ. Pretty much, that's what I see. But I see another team getting involved.
Another team has to get involved with when it comes to Westbrook. But I told you one of the things about Russell Westbrook that nobody really pays attention to is yes, he's a head case. Yes, he does bad and he doesn't think he's doing bad. Yes, he's 1 for 50 and he thinks he's on fire. But the man shows up to play every game and he plays hard. Now, I'm not saying he plays good all the time. He's still a triple double machine. He still didn't he give you 27 and 7 last year? I mean, he gonna give you the numbers.
I don't see the Lakers would even want to keep Russ. They want to get rid of the Russ contract. They'd be a fool to like have an opportunity to get KD and Kyrie, but you want to trade AD, LeBron, and keep Russ, bro.
Well, Dre, Dre,
I mean,
Dre, Dre's just fooling because
and another
I
thing,
think
the
I'm
only
pretty sure Dre meant Westbrook and AD. If he didn't, then
nah, he said LeBron and AD. I don't think any team wants Russ nor his contract.
they
Russ will
do.
be.
Oh, he has an expiring contract. That's worth his weight in gold.
Oh, yes. Okay.
Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. That's just listen. Here's why I think KD and Kyrie end up with the Lakers. Here's why I think. Hear me out. I think you trade obviously Russ and AD. I think Brooklyn, obviously they keep Anthony Davis, but now Brooklyn can take that $47
True.
million and go get two decent players. And because one that's one thing that Brooklyn lacked last year was after you had Harden, Irvin, and you had nobody else. They had to jettison all of those guys because to get Harden, they lost all their good guys to get him, and then James Harden was there for a cup of coffee. You know, he was up out of there. So I think that if you get $47 million, bro, you can sign two great role players. You know, you can get 20 million. You know how many? You can find some good guys who are there for
My
$20 million.
understanding, my understanding is right, right. Kevin Durant decided like Kyrie opted in. I guess he opted in, but then Kevin Durant said to trade him. But then Kyrie, now the reports is coming out that Kyrie wants to be traded to the Lakers. He actually wants to go
Yes,
to the
he
Lakers.
does. That is
Now,
a fact.
why would Kyrie, who wants to go to the Lakers, but he's also saying trade me where KD is going? There's no way he would be saying, "Hey, trade me where KD is going, but send me to the Lakers." That means he honestly knows where KD wants to be at.
Well, yeah,
It just
because here's the thing: the whole thing about Kevin Durant saying that he wanted to go to Phoenix and he wanted to go to whatever, that was a smokescreen. They know for some reason there is some kind of contingency or something in the contract, whereas Bam Adebayo can't be traded to Brooklyn for Kevin Durant. I don't know the exact language, but it can't happen. So Miami's out. The same thing is that I believe you cannot have who's the guy? The guy who's the guy that has a mental health. Ben Simmons can't be on the same team with Devin Booker, I think it is. Something like that with these contracts, where they try to make it fair so that you didn't have I don't know, too many superstars or whatever the hell's going on. That's kind of what that was, and how that has been going. So no, Dre, there is no market for Westbrook, but Westbrook is an expiring contract. The league loves expiring contracts, especially next year when you have a Zion who can potentially be a free agent. Kyrie's going to be potentially a free agent. You have a lot of guys that can opt out of their deals in the next summer. This summer was dry, but next summer, teams who are on it, like Memphis would love to clear cap space, and they can bring on a bunch of guys, and they'll be dangerous. Hey man, that whole legacy and where parity was and in the league and all of that shit, Dre, is gone, brother. It's out of there. That stuff, that train left the station years ago when Kobe Bryant was a free agent coming off of his Achilles injury, and LeBron was a free agent. And they asked Kobe, did how would he feel about LeBron coming to the Lakers? And Kobe said no. He said, nah, I don't want LeBron on the Lakers. He's like, yo, I want, we gonna try to do this. That's not how things are here. And that's the last time I remember a superstar standing up saying, no, I don't want the help. I don't want to build a super team. I don't want that. That man, rest in peace, is no longer with us. He's no longer in the NBA, and he's no longer with us here in body. That's unfortunate. But that is the absolute truth. We don't have guys like Kobe, Jordan anymore, Bird, Magic, Isaiah Thomas. Those guys were a little more competitive. They didn't want to build super teams. I mean, in a sense, their teams were super teams, but they were organic super teams. They were organic. The Celtics three-headed monster with Bird, Parrish, and McHale, that was organic. The Lakers with Magic, Worthy, Kareem. I mean, Kareem was traded, but Worthy was drafted by the Lakers. Magic was drafted by the Lakers. Byron Scott. Those guys, those are Lakers. The Lakers have kind of gotten away from the homegrown talent I mean, we draft well, but we just jettison them because LeBron James is either pulling strings or whatever the hell's going on. I was against getting rid of all our young talent, and then when I see our young talent flourishing in other places, it just bugs the hell out of me.
About Greg, you guys weren't winning shit. With that
How
whole
can you?
fucking drama going,
Listen, bro.
bro. Listen, listen,
Golden
listen.
State was
Wait,
hurt that
wait.
year.
Hold on,
We
hold
didn't
on,
even give it a
hold on.
chance.
Listen. One, that team was Kobe was ready to ship them kids the fuck up out of there. You heard what he said. You heard what Kobe. I mean, I love Kobe Bryant.
I love
So rest
Kobe
in
too.
peace.
I mean,
He was
I like
ready. He
Shaq
was
better.
ready. He was ready to ship them out. I mean, I don't know if
The only
that's what
guy I
he said.
remember Kobe ready to ship out was Andrew Bynum. He wanted him out of
No,
there.
no, 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 no. Them kids. By the time he was done playing in basketball, remember that whole fiasco when he was doing all that celebration? He was at Jimmy Campbell show, and then he showed them the little snippet of them just sitting there clowning, and Kobe was so upset, and then he just pretty much like, yo, I would ship them out if he had his way. Because at that point, I don't know, maybe Kobe's just too old school, right? Them
Yeah, he
joking
is
around
old
with them
school.
kids, he just not having that. He wanted them gone
No,
at that point.
but listen, things have changed, Manhattan.
No, I agree with you.
Listen in society. It's okay for the opposite sex for people of
Man,
one
you ain't
sex
live,
to.
Rick.
I know, but I'm just saying it's acceptable for you to do certain things now that you couldn't do before.
But you know what? That whole stuff with what's that dude that was dating that chick, and then I guess D'Angelo Russell snitched
Yeah,
and
Swaggy
put
P,
the whole yeah put that
Iggy
whole and
Gazella,
then
he was
killed
dealing
right
her. Yeah,
and then they had a whole shit going on over there behind the scene. The locker room, nobody wanted to play for
yeah,
them.
they
All
did.
that like
But
debacle.
listen,
So
I
they were
was.
just like, yeah, we gotta try to start moving people around because it was getting so toxic over there. So they did had a young quarter, but unfortunately, like the immaturity was killing them. Right? It was killing them. So they were just like, bro, yeah, some of these people gotta go. That's why Magic had to step in. He had to let D'Angelo Russell go because nobody would literally want to sit next to the dude. They was even talking about it in practice. Like nobody would want to even want to play with him. So he just like, bro,
Yeah, well,
I thought D'Angelo Russell was a great. He was a great talent for the Lakers, but
absolutely he
unfortunately,
was. I remember when we drafted D'Angelo Russell, and I
but
was like,
unfortunately that situation, happened. Him and Swaggy P. Speaking of Swaggy P, what the hell happened to him anyway?
well, he's done.
He's not playing for no team.
No, Swaggy P been out of the league for freaking years now, bro.
Wow.
I'm gonna turn you up, Manhattan. I think that you were a little low. I turned you up a little bit. I was listening to it on my phone. You sounded a
Hey,
little
but
low.
did you see that trade that I think Memphis gave up to Utah?
Yeah.
No,
Hey, listen, Minnesota. It was Minnesota.
yeah,
It was Minnesota.
bro, they got raped. Let me not, not like that, but that was a terrible trade. They pretty much gave
Absolutely.
up like they gave them nothing and got so much in return. I'm like, bro, that
I
was the
don't.
worst.
I don't know what that was about. I don't.
Not like that, but yeah, I was confused too.
I don't know if the GM was told, they're running out of money, that, the light bill is higher than they want it to be. But man, woo, buddy, talk about bad trades, man.
How many draft picks did they give up?
Four of them, I think it was. If I'm not mistaken, it was four draft picks. And
Yeah, and what did they get? What did they get in? Bro, that to me was
Rudy
ridiculous.
Gobert is a stiff.
Yes,
I
this
think
hasn't been good since he
Utah
won that Defensive
did the
Player of the
best
Year.
thing by jettisoning that dude. And
Yep,
imagine somebody giving you draft picks to get rid of that dude. Like that's a win.
yeah, it
Yo,
is.
that's a
It
win.
is.
If you can get rid of that junk, that's like having a garage sale and finding a diamond ring in there and say, "Hey, I can sell this. I thought I was selling stuff for $5. I get $5,000." And bro, they're sitting in there from under that because he's due to get a big contract too. And oh my God, man! Big ups to the Utah GM, man. You listen, you fleeced Minnesota. How are you gonna have a front line of Karl Anthony Towns and Rudy Gobert? Yo, you are a liability in the pick and roll. Oh my God, you are gonna get smoked. Now I would love to see the Warriors play them. Like the Warriors will smoke those dudes.
Cool.
Minnesota. The way that team is constructed right now.
Oh yeah, I mean, it's there's no team in the league. Well, I'm not gonna say no team in the league. Milwaukee's the one that surprised me. I thought they was going to the finals, but they got beat by Boston, which was shocking. That's why I think that if Kyrie honestly and KD goes to your Lakers, I don't see too many teams on the West that can really stand in their way. I mean, let's be honest, we in the league today, nobody fucking plays defense like that, right? I
Oh
mean,
no.
nobody really plays
Very,
defense.
very few players take pride in their defense anymore. I mean, Kawhi Leonard
Right.
does, but Kawhi Leonard still takes pride in his defense, but so does Paul George. But I saw Luca cook both of them. Pastor Rose is sitting here trying to fight me on that, saying, "Yo, he didn't cook him." I'm like, "Yo, Pastor, he got cooked. Kawhi got cooked
Who?
by Luca, and so did
Oh
Paul
yeah.
George. They
Oh
got
yeah.
cooked.
He did.
They got cooked by that dude. Luca's gonna thank them every time that Luca goes and he got that big contract. He could thank the defense that Paul George and Kawhi Leonard played on him. There's a reason why his pockets is so fat right now. Now, wouldn't that be something, Dre, that if somehow Kevin Durant ended up getting traded back to the Warriors? But you know he ain't having that though. A lot of bad blood. They've been dissing him. I think that's what it is. KD want revenge. He wants to. I think he wants
My
to.
my only understanding is that like, because I didn't understand. I'm like, why would Kyrie want to be traded with Kevin Durant? I'm confused. I'd assume that KD said to trade him because he didn't want to play with Kyrie, but then you find out that Kyrie want to go wherever KD's going. So I'm just like, is this something in Brooklyn that neither one of them just don't want to deal with, or is it Ben Simmons being there that they don't want to deal with Ben Simmons? Because I'm
I
confused.
don't
It's just
think
like,
it.
or this was part of the plan, right? Kyrie opts in, and KD requests a trade.
Yeah,
Both
Kyrie opted.
packages,
Yeah, Kyrie opted in because he wanted $36 million.
right? And no,
He doesn't opt in, he doesn't get 30. See, here's where Kyrie has the leverage to go to the Lakers because he's on a expiring contract, if you will.
so is Russ.
Yes, exactly. So that's why I guarantee you within the next 72 hours, you're gonna see the deal for Kyrie Irving for Russell Westbrook. But New Jersey's gonna have to send either another guy or it's gonna be a three-team deal as
It is.
to
It's gonna
it's gonna
happen.
be that. So because that's what's gonna happen. Like that's why Kyrie opted in. Kyrie could have easily just said, screw it, I'll sign for the max exemption, max exception with the Lakers for $6 million. And he said, no, no, no. Here, what I'll do, I'll opt in for 36 million and tell everybody I don't want to go to anywhere besides the Lakers, and then they have to do. That's what everybody does. That's on a 1 year deal. You can
Yeah.
dictate to where you want to go. You can say, hey, I'm going here because if you trade draft picks for me, if you trade another player or other kind of assets for me, I'm not staying. I'm not signing that extension. Anthony Davis pulled that when he was with New Orleans. Kawhi Leonard was saying that too, but they didn't care. See, Kyrie's not a Kawhi Leonard type player. That's like the missing piece to a championship team. He's not that guy. He didn't play enough. He's always out. He's always got some issues going on. So he's not that guy. Now, Kyrie 5 years ago would probably be that guy. And you take a chance. You say, you know what? Hell, I'll take him anyway. That's kind of what Boston did. Boston let him walk. They only had him for, a little bit. He played very little in Boston. He played very little.
Mm,
He played very little in Boston. He played very little in Brooklyn.
yeah, that's true.
That's just what it is with Kyrie. I mean,
And
he doesn't play.
Dre, I think Donovan Mitchell was out of there too. I feel like Danny, because remember Danny Ainge is the general manager, bro. We know how he is. There's a word on the street is that he's
Yeah,
gonna
Danny
trade Donovan
Ainge.
Mitchell.
Yeah, but what are you gonna get for
He's gonna
who's gonna see? Here's the problem with Donovan Mitchell, and if there is a problem, he's a good player, not a great player. He's a good player. I think where he plays at helps his game and his presence be acclimated perfectly. I don't know if he can handle a big market. I don't think he can. He's over. He's in Utah. He's hanging out with the Mormons. Everybody loves him. He's the cat's meow over there. Nobody has any issues with him. But him going into a big city, like if we go into a California market, a New York market, a Florida, somewhere like that, he's gonna get crucified because he disappears at times. And
Donovan Mitchell.
yeah, he'll disappear on you, man.
I
Hell,
think Danny Ainge wants to blow that up. He wants to
well,
rebuild. That's what it looks
well,
like.
it kind of looks like it, but yeah, I mean, listen, I mean, I don't see Kevin Durant. I see Kyrie's definitely going to the Lakers. He already said it. I only want to go to the Lakers. They have no leverage. Nobody's going to trade for him.
But I'm confused though. Then why is he saying he wants to be traded wherever KD he wants?
Well,
to be
here's the
traded?
thing: is the reason they had to put that out there is because KD requesting a trade after Kyrie opted in makes it seem like they don't want to play together. They wanted to get that out there to say no, that's not the case. Shout out to Higher Life who just came through the chat. I gotta give him a wrench as well. Mark gotta get a wrench. Congratulations on the home, brother. Yeah, Mark, you can come in. You got I don't know.
High Life just been ducking me, bro.
Oh man.
That's what it's been about. I mean, you're happy for you, bro, for getting at home, but set your Xbox up and pull up, man. You're gonna keep ducking out here.
Yeah, the Lakers are looking trash. Mark, there's nothing I can do about that. Anybody, we're talking about getting rid of young talent again. Anthony Davis, at the end of the day, is still 27 years old, and Kevin Durant's going to be 34. I don't think we should be giving
a 27-year-old. That's never available.
I don't care. He's still 27.
Right, hold on. Okay, fine. You give him a max contract. What happens if he's not playing? So you just paying him just to not do nothing?
Hey, listen. Listen.
I'm just saying.
You got a woman who's 21 years old and a woman who's 30 years old. I don't care. She's still 21 and the other woman is still in her 30s. There's a big difference between 27 and 34. You know why I know that? Because I'm over. Because I've been 27 at one time and I've been 34. It's a big difference.
What I'm saying is that what happens when you give AD a max contract and he's not available because he's constantly...
He's already has a max deal. Matter of fact, he has an option he can pick up in 2 years. I mean, they signed him for what he could. Listen.
But you know the problem, the dude is never there.
He's not, but you know what? That's for the next team to worry about. Because everybody knows if he pulls this disappearing act again when he's hurt, guess what he is next year? Guess what he is? He's an expiring contract. You can flip his ass for some draft picks. That's what it comes down to, man. The NBA is more of a business than anything. It doesn't matter how good you are or how many games you play. It's the upside that you have and that expiring contract where you can go get somebody else to fill in with the money and that's what it is. It's all about getting players. Look at all the money they just spent in free agency, all those players. That's why Russ is more valuable than ever. Because he's an expiring contract. You can trade Russ somewhere and you can get 2 other players. That's the whole point, is filling out rosters. Nobody wants to be filling out their rosters with sorry-ass Blake Griffin. Guys like that are left. Retreads. Like, Blake Griffin is trash. And he's talking about he wants to get to the Lakers. Man, we ain't trying to sign you. Man, get your ass out of here.
Blake said that?
Yeah. It was, some of his representatives were talking about it when free agency opened on the Thursday. That he could sign for the minimum with the Lakers. Man, we don't want. That's the problem. We signed these people for the only minimum that worked out was Monk, and he's gone. What up, Merk? Shout out to my brother Merk, my man.
Your Merk also been ducking me, man.
Yeah, let me give you a wrench, Merk. Because when we do finally make it big and we get as popular as Z and Post Up and Mellow and them, we're going to have to mod the chat because there's going to be a lot of haters in there. You know how that goes. They're going to be hating. We're going to have to, shake them up. But, yeah, man. Listen. Merk, Dre, who you talking about? Kyrie? Wherever he goes, he's going to be unhappy? He's never happy. No, he's not. But he is happy when he's busting freaking Steph Curry's ass. And you know that happened. Yeah, Dre don't want to talk about that. Yeah, yeah. Listen, man. You know what? We would definitely beat the Warriors if we get Kyrie because Kyrie wants all that smoke with Steph Curry. He do. He do. Listen, Steph Curry, for some reason, he finally got his finals MVP. I'll give it to him. Congratulations to that light skinned nigga. Congratulations. You finally won yourself a finals MVP on your own damn team because all the other guys are old or gone or both. So there you go. But back to the state of the Lakers. I think the trade will hurt us, obviously, defensively. If you had Harden, KD, and Kyrie Irving on the same team when they was in Brooklyn and they couldn't get it together.
But they didn't have Harden because he already had left.
No, they had Harden, Kyrie, and Durant at one time.
Not through the
Yes,
playoffs.
yeah, but they had them at one
James,
time and it didn't work.
no, what I'm saying is before the playoffs started, James Harden left. If I'm
Yeah,
not
well, they
mistaken,
trade me. You know why? Because he said I
he
had
wanted
enough of
out.
Kyrie's ass. He said I'm done.
Well,
He said get me out of here.
but
He
did
said,
Kyrie lie? He told the nigga. He told the
whoa,
man.
whoa, whoa! Listen, James Harden's played 8 times the games Kyrie's played the last 5 years. I don't want to hear nothing this part-time player's got to say. He can even sit on the bench. He can listen. Kyrie can't even eat with the rest of us
I mean,
when we're having dinner.
if
You'll have your freaking
listen,
part-time ass up out of here.
Kyrie told that man he gotta lose some weight, and on top of
He
that,
does need
he
to
needs to up
listen.
his game.
He does. He does. Listen, James Harden
We
grew
we all
titties. James Harden grew titties the last 2 seasons, and it hurts his conditioning for sure. He's not.
you saw what he was doing in Houston. This dude gained either he gained weight here, one of them like
Man, he put a fat
them
suit
body
on.
them, yeah.
Yeah, he had put a fat suit on. But he's never been. But you guys, James Harden has never been chiseled like LeBron. He always had that Carmelo-ish kind of body type. Like Carmelo was a guy that never worked out either.
Nah, but lately he's just been gaining weight, and he just been gaining weight.
Yeah, I mean, he don't work out like. Listen, man, you got to change. Listen, you're not going.
LeBron is I don't know. I guess you
LeBron
can say he's
spends
less.
millions of dollars on his body. There is no off season for LeBron being in shape. And that's something that it tells you about a guy who's in shape like LeBron is. He works on his body. He need to be working on them damn free throws. LeBron always, he has the best body and he's an Adonis. Damn, you got to hit 80% of your free throws, LeBron. I hit them weights. Hit
It's
that
not
damn free
happening.
throw line. Nigga, shit. I'm
You know
tired of
what?
that.
I mean, you would think that though, but I just think some motherfuckers, no matter how much they train, can't get their free throws right. I mean, I you know, Shaq.
Shaq, yeah.
Look at the list that goes on.
Well, there's some guys that Magic Johnson was a terrible free throw shooter when he came to the league. He ended up becoming one of the better ones. You can't listen. Giannis Antetokounmpo is the epitome of I can improve as a pro basketball player. When he first came in the league, Giannis, they was wondering why they drafted him, where they drafted him, and they made fun of him, saying, "Oh, he demands improved every time." Shout out to Phenom coming in the chat, brother. I appreciate you being here. You know, that's just what it is. Giannis has improved every single year. That you can't take away from him. Even James Harden. James Harden used to improve every year until he grew titties. But other than that, James Harden used to improve every year. He couldn't even crack the starting lineup in OKC. And look at him now. League MVP and all that other stuff. You know, Harden, listen. I don't know what's wrong with that, brother. You know, he deserves a ring, though. You know, he's a good player. All good players deserve a ring. Because a good player does try hard. He tries to get better. Zion is the example of a guy that I wouldn't pay. I wouldn't pay Zion a damn thing. If Zion came knocking on my door talking about, hey, I'm ready to sign that rookie extension, I was like, man, you better get the hell on that treadmill. Get out of here. I don't want you in here. You know, I banned every Burger King not to let you in 100-mile radius. You're still eating. This is crazy. The guy don't want to take care of himself. That's your one thing. When you realize when you're a pro athlete, your number one responsibility is your body. You have to keep your body in shape. That's your job. That's your damn job. You don't have no singers letting their voice go hoarse. Like, damn. It's crazy. Man, you know what the problem? You know what the problem is, Manhattan? Is
Yeah.
these players in the league have all grown up with every coach, every parent kissing their ass. That's the problem. They have never been put in check. And a lot of
I
that
think,
is because they they don't go to college long enough. Like
and also they are being praised too much because of the social media has, I ain't, social media has done a, big disservice to a lot of these players, right? Look at Zion as a perfect example. He was supposed to be the next LeBron James, the next face of the NBA, the next this, the next that. He has so much fame. Look at him. The dude just he didn't give a shit about playing for
well, the
anybody,
problem
right?
is when you're giving guys $70 million before they dribble a basketball, and then he's on commercials eating food, and hell, I know he ate all the real food during the damn take. I mean, that's just what he is. He's a fat shit. He's done. Zion Williams, Greg Oden are all gonna get a yacht together because they stole money. They should be arrested. Stole money. And you're right, Merck. Zion is too fat. He doesn't want to. No basketball player should be built like I'm built. All right, as he's built like me. You ought to be ashamed. And I'm taller than him. You cannot be. Listen, and I speak from experience through my weight loss journey. You cannot be 6'7" and 300 pounds. It doesn't work. Trust me. It works when you're a pro wrestler, but it don't work playing basketball. It doesn't work. I saw Zion when he did that dunk. It's like, ooh, look at Zion. He did that dunk. He damn near stumbled over himself after he came down. He looked crazy as hell. I was like, look at this kid. And, he damn tripped over a bucket of chicken on his way down. I was like, man, this dude, he's crazy.
Hey, but Rick, you
Ain't
said it
nobody,
already though.
nobody giving him no
Players back
money.
players back then had to ball, win the championship to get the max contract. These dudes is coming in making $70 million right out
It's
the gate.
because that damn
I
TV
mean,
money. The money's
right,
there
right.
for
So
him.
so this no these players they lack the drive, bro. Championships don't mean nothing. It's all about Oh, look at them fashions. Like these dudes like spend way more time on social media, right? Doing fashion shows and all this dumb shit than rather be in the gym or even want to win a championship. I mean, look at the players today. I mean, I ain't gonna lie, it is what it is. They all getting paid. They making, I'm happy for them. They making so much money. But at the end of the day, when you're making that much money, you probably don't care about championship. It's like, because back then players had to ball, right? They wanted to make the
Well,
big
back
money.
then you had to show you were at least decent
Yes,
enough and have a personality to even get an endorsement before,
right.
yeah, before you were able to get on a Slim Jim commercial or a Nike commercial. 'Cause there were a lot of guys that had contracts, shoe deals with Converse, but they didn't have their own shoe. They gave Zion his
Right.
own shoe. LeBron walked into the league with his own shoe. Like these guys came in the league getting their own damn shoe. Like Jordan didn't come in and get his Air Jordans right away like that. Hell, they had the Air Jordans, they had Zion's and all that shit waiting for him after he signed the contract. Right afterward. Nike took a chance on Jordan. I mean, that was a hell of a chance, but damn, you knew what Jordan was going to be. He showed you in college that he was a top tier player. Then he went out and won dunk contests and all the other shit. And okay, get him. He's got his own shoe. He's got his own symbol. Zion got his own symbol too, but it's gonna be like that Jordan symbol, but he's holding a donut.
Yeah, I definitely think they overhyping these new players. I mean,
They do.
LeBron came straight out
You
of
know
high
why
school.
they overhyping these other players? Because the NBA has still not found LeBron's replacement for the face of the league. They tried it with Steph Curry. They tried it. But Steph ain't big enough. And I'm not saying like in stature or whatever. He's just not big. Steph is not the guy. Steph's not going to get the endorsement that LeBron gets. Steph comes off as a phony. Let's be honest here. Steph Curry comes off kind of as a phony.
Right,
You
right.
know, he talks. He's a slick little trash talker. And then every time somebody put his back against the wall, he hides behind the Bible, talking about he's a Christian and this and that or whatever. That's what he does. He talk all that smack and this and that or whatever. LeBron James never gets into trouble. He married his high school sweetheart. He's got no children out of wedlock. But they want to put the Currys as the NBA's first family instead of the Jameses. When the Jameses are honorable people, they're about player empowerment, about these guys getting money, about players having a choice of where they want to play. Look, every NBA player that has gotten a max contract within the last 5 years and was able to move the way they wanted to move owe royalties to LeBron James. They owe that man because every player that got a max deal or was able to move and force a trade or whatever they wanted to do the last 10 years, they owe that to LeBron James. They
Oh
owe it
yeah,
to him.
he definitely.
He is the epitome of player empowerment. And
Yeah, he's
now the problem is he did it by making a choice saying, "Hey, look, I'm going here. I'm going." He's never demanded to leave a place like these guys are doing, and they're going to F up all the work that he's done and all that ground he laid. Because the next
yeah,
CBA, they going to think, they're like, these niggas got too much power. Listen,
I definitely think the players, especially James Harden, Ben Simmons, Kyrie Irving, even what Kevin Durant is doing, they definitely fucking it up for the next generation.
absolutely.
They definitely are fucking it up. Like especially the shit that James Harden and Ben Simmons alone been doing for the past 2 3 years, like just bouncing around whenever they feel like it.
Yo,
It's ridiculous,
they
man.
are going to, the NBA, mark my words, once a player says that he wants to leave or get traded, they're going to put in there that the contract is going to be voided or something like that along that language, and you are going to stop seeing these guys saying, I want to get up out of here. Because the only reason why they're able to say that and do that is because they have guaranteed contracts. You got a guy that was making $35 million a year in Ben Simmons getting paid because he said, "Look, I got a mental health problem." That's what he went and told people. You know, he told them that because, he didn't want to be there. And why didn't Ben Simmons want to be there? Because he failed. He cost his team passing the ball when he could just dunk it. And he couldn't handle that smoke. Listen, Philadelphia is a tough place to play, bro. Them Philadelphia fans, they're going to call you out.
Rick, can we be honest about something?
Uh-oh, here comes the cap. For all those that don't know,
Nah,
all the viewers, when Mr. Manhattan says, let him be honest, he's really about to take a dig at somebody. That's kind of how he rolls.
I mean let's be honest though.
Yeah,
It's
here we go.
2022. We
Oh,
got a
shit.
player like fucking Ben Simmons, who literally is afraid to shoot a fucking free throw. Yet he's making millions of fucking dollars, right? The man said he was going to play during the playoffs when they needed him. KD and Kyrie decided to not play because some sort of mental blockage, and went to play fucking Call of Duty while his team was getting fucking killed.
But he,
But yet he gets all these endorsements, and he's still
well, he's light skinned, so he's going to get endorsements. You know, light
this
skinned
is fucking
people
weird.
are less intimidating. But here's what I will say Ben Simmons is like that because his teammates and his coach made him like that. They threw him under the bus. Bro, when your
You think
team.
really?
Yes, man, listen, they had that big ass 7 foot foreign son of a you know what Embiid. All I know is that there was guys under the hoop and we could have got the shot, but we didn't make the shot. I'm like, wow, he just threw this nigga under the bus. And then they asked Doc, do you think you can win with Ben Simmons? Well, I'm not quite sure yet. I haven't done it yet. I don't know. I don't know. Bro, your coach is supposed to back you up and say, listen, Ben Simmons is one of the premier on-ball defenders, playmakers in this league. What do you mean I can't win him? If I can't win with him, that's a me problem. That's the first fucking thing Doc should have said. but he threw that nigga down a flight of steps and under the bus when he was done. I've never seen anything like that. Bro, people are human. They have feelings. That is a fact. If you have a man who's married and his wife wants to make love to him, do the nasty. This is late night with Ricky Brown, so we can say these things. It's like 11 o'clock. And if the man is laying in bed with his wife and he goes to make love to his wife and she's telling him he's doing a bad job, do you think he wants to jump in the sack the next night? Or the night after that? No!
Yeah, but
His confidence is shot!
Rick, you got Rick. The man had a clear lane and did not want to
Okay,
dunk the ball.
some guys can have a wet, bald vagina in front of them and can't perform. It's a confidence
I mean,
thing.
at that point, this ain't the first time with Ben Simmons, so I get why Joel Embiid was frustrated. It's like, bro, you literally gave up a dunk because you thought a dude was gonna foul you and put you on the free throw.
Yeah, bro. Listen, like Merk just said, he's broken, and it's not his fault. His teammates and his coach didn't have his back, bro. They did not. Listen, do you think if my son is having a bad game on the baseball field, you think I'm gonna run to him and say he cost his team the game or something like that? Even if he did, I'm not gonna tell him that. Why the fuck would I do that? Yo, when the coach threw you under the bus and that big, huge, you should have shot the ball. I'm like, yo, Embiid, man, you're a turd for that, bro. Yo, you're a turd. He's a straight turd for that. I'm sorry, he's a turd. You can't do that. Can't do that. That's some Bush League ish right there. Turning on your brother like that. You can't do that. That man's supposed to have his back. And he's sitting there telling the media, he should have passed the ball. It was a point, and if you make that shot, we only down 1 point, and this and that. You know, Embiid's going down saying, yeah, he could have missed a shot, he missed a free throw. Like, Embiid killed him, bro. I won't want to play with his ass either. Fat fucker. I'll be like, you know what? If I'm Ben Simmons, I'll be like, you know what? Embiid, you're 300 pounds. What the hell are you shooting these damn threes for? Get your ass down there and bang. Shooting these low percentage shots, and you should be down there backing people. You're supposed to be the Shaq. You're supposed to be Shaq, like, bro. Get down there and bang, shooting these damn 3-pointers. That's what I would have said if I'm Ben Simmons. I was like, man, you better take your ass up out of here. Telling me about my game, and you 7 feet tall shooting 3-pointers. What the hell's wrong with you? Sounds like a you problem, brother. Shooting these damn 3-pointers. Y'all better turn out all them damn lights upstairs. Pardon me, show. You know, the kids, they're getting on my nerves. Damn lights on. My damn light bill was $460. But if we go back to the topic and we open the show with, I don't know if the Lakers, I don't know if they should make this move. I mean, it gives you star power. Hell, they're going to charge $20,000 more a seat. And they can do it. People are going to pay. They're going to want to see it. But I don't know if it's the right thing to do. I don't know. I get it. Anthony Davis is brittle. He doesn't show up like he's supposed to. And I get all of that. Anthony Davis is, man, you know what he is.
Rick, at this point, it's can't rely on the dude where every time he drives into the paint, you gotta hold your breath, you know, and just pray to God that nothing happens to the dude.
Yeah,
I mean,
man, you know what he is.
that's pretty much what AD's problem is. It's to a point that as a Laker fan, tell me you don't get you're not afraid. Every time he go for a layup and he falls on the floor.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. For a 7-footer, he is on the floor more than a damn yoga instructor. I don't know what the hell his problem is. Every time I look, he's on the floor. Now, I accumulated this to a light-skinned thing. A lot of light-skinned players on the floor a lot. Devin Booker, Ben Simmons, Anthony Davis, you know, Kuzma. You know, light-skinned brothers is on the floor a lot. I don't know. I don't know, man. You know, Us Stark brothers, we like to get down low and get dirty. That's what we do. Picture me at 6'7" going to shoot 3-pointers if I got some little guy on the court. Man, that don't even make no sense. I just hope my
What
height.
you think your Lakers? What you think your Lakers should do instead?
I
I
don't
mean,
know. I don't know, bro. I mean, that's the only I mean, we're ass. That's kind
start
of the
over. I
only.
mean,
I mean, we can start. Only way we can start over is if we traded LeBron James. That's the only way we can start over. LeBron ain't sitting around for no rebuild. We got to be very cautious on what we do. LeBron, he doesn't have to pick up his option. He can be a free agent next year. So the Lakers are going to have to do LeBron's bidding. And I'm pretty sure, I don't care if AD is a clutch client or not, I know damn well LeBron went to that office and said, get this nigga up out of here now. He said, if KD's on the block, we got to deal we got to deal AD.
Ron probably
He,
telling
he
AD,
actually
listen.
told him that. He's like, look, man,
Ron probably
I ain't
told
got
AD,
but 2
listen.
years left. And I can't.
Yeah, he probably told AD like, listen, bro, I got you with shit, bro. I mean, no hard feelings, but you know, KD and Kyrie over here trying to come over here, so somebody got to get. You know, he ain't gonna talk to Russ about shit. AD, I understand because they both clutch clients, so Rich Paul might have him all sitting in the room like, AD, you can't really be mad. He got you a chip, so we just might have to move you over there, and then you guarantee your full contract over there. You ain't gotta play
well,
if you don't want to.
well, here's the advantage that the Nets have. The Nets can trade him anywhere they want.
Yeah,
When I talk Kevin Durant, now I think the Kyrie trade might happen first. If the Nets are kind of on the fence, like, man, I really don't want to deal these two to the Lakers. If the Nets are having second thoughts or cold feet, saying, damn, I really don't want to give the Lakers these 2 stars. I mean, but they have to think, yeah, I am getting 2 stars back. I mean, regardless of what you think about him, Russell Westbrook is a star. So they're like,
oh
man,
yeah, yeah.
you
That's
know,
what I'm saying. If they are a package, the only two superstars you can trade back is literally AD and Russ.
yeah. And Merck, you're right.
Because if
Merck, you're 100% right. It's not a good deal long term, and that's why I'm twisted about it as a Laker fan. Because
I
all
don't
I
think
have
the
been
Lakers
seeing
are
is
looking
our
for the
young
long.
talent, bro. Our young talent. Here's why the Lakers might be able to get away with it. Because LA is a good free agent spot. We have, we get Shaq, LeBron. Those dudes come as free agents to play for the Lakers. That's what happens. But I mean, you're right. Long term, that cupboard is bare, bro. The only young guy we have is Horton Tucker, and I bet you the Nets might ask for him, and you got to put him in the trade.
I think the Lakers is
Because
trying to
if
win
they
a chip
if they
as
if
much
they
as
put Horton Tucker in the trade, though, the Nets got to come off of that white boy that hits all those threes. They got to come up off of
true.
him. Yeah. So you take Horton Tucker, the Lakers gonna want the white boy with the three. You gonna have to and now listen. If you're a Laker fan, LeBron James's game is tailor made for a Kevin Durant or a Kyrie Irving around him. I mean,
Yes.
nobody's safe. I mean, you imagine that dude going to the hole and they all collapse on him, and you got the white boy,
Well, I think that's
three,
what
you
made
got
that
Kyrie,
Cleveland.
you got Durant. I'm like, whoa,
That's
like
what made that Cleveland team good because LeBron is a
he's
facilitator.
around.
He's a
LeBron,
pass first
yeah, he
type
works
of dude.
better around shooters. It makes him more dangerous. When LeBron is around shooters and he's driving the ball, it changes the other team's defense dramatically because now they're playing. Now they start playing LeBron for the drive, and now your guys are cheating off of a Kyrie. They're cheating off of a Kevin Durant, and they're going to get more open shots. And then Kevin Durant is a smooth ass dude. He'll catch the ball, give you an up fake, you're off the ground. He'll go in, lay it up or whatever. Like he's a dangerous player. But he's gonna be 34 years old. That's my only beef. 34 is 34, like I said, man. Eh, bro, I remember when I used to be 34, and I remember when I was 27. When I was 27, I was a problem. But when I turned 34, yeesh, I was a father. I got fat. Oh my God. I'm chasing 4-year-olds around. And I had A 2-year-old. No, I had 2 4-year-olds and a 1-year-old when I was 34. I remember that. It wasn't fun. Now, I get it. A 34-year-old professional basketball player should be in better shape than a 34-year-old former pro wrestler, Ghetto Fabulous the Super Thug. You know, yeah, I get it. But hey, that's just what it is. I remember, man, when you were younger, you just stayed in shape better. It took me what 7 years to finally be healthy again. Oh man, that's crazy. And I'm in my 40s now. And these guys are in their 30s. I mean, I don't trust Durant either long term. Durant could get, oh, he's 34. He already tore his Achilles. And he had something with his foot. But Pastor Rose, he was saying he thinks that he can still be productive in the, at later stages. I mean, he's a great shooter. Listen, bro, if you're talking offense, Anthony Davis can't hold a candle to this dude, Kevin Durant. He just can't. Offensively, he cannot. But AD is a better defender. Blocks a lot of shots. He can get low. He can guard a lot of those guards on the switch. I don't see Kevin Durant doing that. That's just something to think about. Hell, you never know, bro. You never know. I just hope that, I just hope we make the right decision this time around. Kyrie Irving, he's a little, you know what he is. He's a little fickle. He's not going to play every game. And I'm sure Mr. Manhattan will tell me, AD not going to play every game. He's right. He's absolutely right. So, I don't know. I'm 50-50 on the trade. I see a lot of pros. I see a lot of cons. In a perfect world, man, I hope we can at least keep Horton Tucker. And I'm not saying that Horton Tucker is just that great. I just don't. I don't want to get rid of all the young talent. I mean, damn. Do you got to get rid of all your good young players? We seem to have a problem with doing that. So, I mean, I don't expect. I thought news would come down that Durant will be traded sometime today, actually, because they don't like to usually let these things linger in. It's already July. You got Summer League coming up and all of that other stuff. I figured, they would have made a decision. But they haven't. So, and again, I think Brooklyn might be getting cold feet. They might be getting cold feet, saying that, hey, we don't really want to, deliver, Kyrie and all of that stuff, because they're basically giving him what he wants, and that's the last thing they want to do is give Kyrie. They probably don't mind giving Kevin Durant what he wants, but they don't want to give Kyrie what he wants. They don't. I think they just had enough of him. And then when he threw them a curveball when he opted in, and they're like, oh man, we didn't expect that to happen. Well, yeah, he did. That brother opted in, screwed up everything, because they thought they was gonna just be able to get rid of him and say, all right, go ahead, go find you a deal. They told him, well, listen, when they tell you to go and find a trade partner, and also to get a sign and trade or something like that, that's when a team is done with you. Well, Merk, the problem with Durant going to the Heat is they're going to want a Bam Adebayo in order for that deal to happen. And Bam Adebayo can't be traded for Kevin Durant. There's some kind of stipulation, or there is some kind of language in his contract. So they're not giving up Jimmy Butler. And the fact that you can't trade Bam Adebayo for Kevin Durant, and you know how Pat Riley feels about his white boys that he got coming off the bench and stuff. He ain't coming up off of them. And the thing that why this trade might take a long time is because Brooklyn's not desperate. They're desperate to get rid of Kyrie Irving. But they're doing Kevin Durant a solid by they're doing him a solid by working with him because Kevin Durant has been a good soldier for Brooklyn. He's played hard and he's done all he can to win. Kyrie not so much, kind of the opposite. Played what he wanted to. He didn't want to get the vaccine, which is his prerogative. He doesn't have to. But he made a whole big scene about it, and it was a big distraction. And, you know, they're going to call it a distraction. He doesn't have to get the vaccine if he don't want to. I mean, I think, you know, gun to his head making him get it. And, you know, Kyrie don't like being told what to do. That's why it didn't work out with LeBron James the first time around. It's because he didn't like being told what to do. So, you know, you got a guy that doesn't like authority. And you got a guy that Kevin Durant's not a good leader. You know, when things get rough, you know, this is the same guy that blew a 3-1 lead to Golden State. You know, he was driving that van. Or he was driving that bus when it crashed. They were up 3-1 on the Golden State Warriors, who ended up winning the championship. And they choked. Again, it was Kevin Durant with Russell Westbrook at that time. And then when Kevin Durant goes to New York with Kyrie Irving, and he gets swept by the Boston Celtics. The hated Boston Celtics coming from a Laker fan. Well, that is a problem. That's why I'm not head over heels for this trade, because I have an agent, LeBron James, who missed the playoffs, and two jabronis that went over to Brooklyn and got swept by the light-skinned Celtics. That's an issue. So it's not like we can't, if the Lakers get those two guys, we can't start making parade freaking announcements or say, hey, we're going to make the parade go down this street and plan it. We can't do that. We can't plan that because who's going to play defense on the team? Who? You getting Dennis Rodman to come back as a free agent? No, that ain't happening. Do we have any Kawhi Leonard type wing defenders that's available for the veterans minimum? No, we don't. Oh, shout out for AP. He's came through. I'll give him a wrench. This brother's got he does strange things, but he's a cool dude though. Well, basically anybody that's in my Discord, anybody that's in my Discord, I'm giving you guys a wrench. Anyway, anybody that's in Plan B, you're going to get a wrench. And if you don't have access to the town hall room where you can come in the live shows, just let me know. You can DM me or whatever, and I'll open it up for you. If you didn't get an invite to the town hall to come into the voice chat for live shows, it's not that I didn't want to give you one. If I never heard you talk before, or I never heard you, come into voice chat in either the Broadband Billies Discord or in the Plan B Discord, that's just what it is. Just hit me up in the DM on Discord. Boom, I'll unlock it to you. We all on the same team, So AP, you think the Wizards are in the Kevin Durant sweepstakes? I mean, he is from DC. That's what? That's not a bad no, that's not a bad thing there. Maybe. Kevin Durant is from the DC area. But I think he wants to go to a team where he thinks that he can be the piece that just fits in and he can win the title. I think that's what he wants to do. I think that's what he has to do. He's going to be 34 years old at the start of the season. So he's going to have to go somewhere where it's win now. He's in a win now situation. He's getting long in the tooth. Kyrie's young, but he's different. I'm not going to say that this man is crazy or anything like that because who are we to say what's normal, what's not? He has his views, he has his beliefs, and we can't be trying to do him dirty like that and say that he's a problem or this and that, whatever. Shout out to my man J Dub, who always retweets when I tweet something. That's a good brother right there. He always trying to help the Rick out, trying to get this joint off the ground. And it's not easy, folks. It's not easy. It's not easy. I think all the love that I've gotten from the two different discords that I'm in, in the Broadband Bully Discord. A lot of brothers subscribe to me. They're the people in Plan B, and as well as friends and family, people I know, a couple brothers in the barbershop, everybody that came through and subscribed. If you're not subscribed, I need you to get subscribed so we can do this and we can start getting paid for it. Or just this ain't about getting paid. Hell, ain't no millionaires. It's a part-time gig. This is just what I like to do. Brother like to talk, and I like to be right too. So if there's anybody in the chat that's not subscribed, hit the. I hate to sound like that. You hear this all the time when people go, hit the like button, subscribe, ring the bell, do that. Make sure you do that so that because I'm gonna be mostly. Anytime that I'm going live, it's gonna be after Post Up or after Z when they do their thing. I'm gonna go through try to grab some of that audience. Unless he's going on Twitch or something like that. So that's kind of what we're working to do here. We are in the infancy. This is episode 0. We are in the infancy of this channel. We got a couple of things that we're gonna be doing tomorrow in this weekend. Now I know it's supposed to rain. I'm here in Connecticut. It's supposed to be thunderstorms tomorrow. So I don't know if I'm gonna have some the Rick and the Grill videos. I was gonna do some tomahawk steaks. Show y'all how you do these tomahawk steaks on the grill, make them real nice. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do that tomorrow. It's gonna rain. I mean, yeah, I got a tent to put over the outdoor kitchen or whatever, but I really don't. I don't really feel like doing that. And I got to cut the grass, too, in between the rain. So I don't know how... I really don't know how tomorrow's going to shape up. But let's talk about tonight. We're talking about the state of the Lakers. Should they or should they not pursue Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant? We already know Kyrie Irving wants to go to the Lakers. He has made that clear. He wants to go to the Lakers. But will they land the big fish? And KD, Kevin Durant, one of the most prolific offensive weapons this generation has ever seen. Him and Carmelo Anthony are some of the best offensive weapons that I have ever seen. They can kill you inside, kill you outside, especially Melo. Melo, that big body, he can back you down. He got them little up and under moves and stuff that he was doing. Like, Melo was dangerous in his prime. And Kevin Durant, which looks like he is still in his prime, he's still pretty good too. And I don't know if Durant's gonna come to Phoenix, brother. Because they want. Oh boy, they just signed the Devin Booker. They want Devin Booker. The trade has to start with Devin Booker. You definitely can't trade Devin Booker now until after the All-Star break because he just signed an extension. So if Kevin Durant was going to get traded to the Suns, it would have to be after the All-Star break. Because once you sign one of those lengthy deals like that, a max deal, you can't be traded before then. Or something like that. If he came to Phoenix, man... You know what? The Phoenix could be like, hey, look, we'll give you Chris Paul. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe that works. They got that big... Who's that center at Phoenix that don't want to get better? What's his name? Big dude. They said all he does is play video games all day. He should be a lot better than what he is. And that's, yeah, but you know what, though, man? Those kind of centers in the league, like Ayton is, I don't know. Would Brooklyn want that? Would Brooklyn want DeAndre Ayton? They're gonna want him and like a million picks. But the problem is with what Phoenix has to offer as a package. The issue is, I believe Brooklyn said they wanted 2 stars in return. It's kind of hard for you to trade 2 stars and still have a nucleus left to help Kevin Durant win a championship, because that's what he wants to do. He does not want to go to a team that's in a rebuild or that's not going to compete well, for a conference championship. What up, cuz? Noah came through. Yeah, so I don't think that I just don't think Phoenix has the pieces, because it would have to start with Devin Booker. I just don't think. I think there's another brother that does a YouTube podcast, Ticket TV. People be saying that he don't have facts, and that they say that because he basically Ticket gonna tell you what it is, but he said he had information that KD didn't really want to go to Phoenix. He said that AP the Shooter, what's up, brother? I seen he was saying that that Kevin Durant was saying that he wanted to go to Phoenix or Miami as a smokescreen because he knew that those teams couldn't actually trade for him. They don't. You got a wrench, AP? You should have one. Hold on. Yeah, you're a moderator. What are you talking about? Is your eyes little too? You can't see it. You should be able to jump inside the show if you're free anyway. But yeah, I don't think. I mean, listen, if we gonna what's the name? Yeah, thanks, AP. Yeah, brother, it's still in its infancy, bro. I'm trying, brother. I'm trying. Manhattan came through, helped me tonight, and Titus helped me the other night. So I don't think that Phoenix or Miami they don't have the package to get Kevin Durant. And a lot of it is because languages that are in said contracts of Bam Adebayo. You can't trade him to Brooklyn for Kevin Durant with the language that's in there. It's not going to work. Let's be honest. The only team that has the package to get Kevin Durant is the Lakers. That's it. Think about it. You need a cornerstone player for Kevin. Nobody in this league, unless you're trading Giannis, has enough to say, hey, 1-for-1, I can trade that person for Kevin Durant. Anthony Davis is the only guy that you can say that to. That's it. Only him. Yeah, I get it. He's brittle. He's out. He's hurt. He's everything but a dependable player. But he's also an NBA champion. He's also one of the top 5 players in the league when healthy. And Durant is also Durant's probably a top 4 player when he's healthy. Something's got to give. You're trading a 27-year-old for a 34-year-old. I get it. AD has been the shits. Since he won that title, he might have got complacent. The brother said he ain't dribbled the basketball since April. I do not want to hear that from what we're talking about as a top 5 player in the league. You're supposed to eat, shit, and breathe basketball when you're a basketball player. Thriller Ali, what's good, brother? Glad you came through. The Pelicans do have assets. But, see, here's the problem. Brooklyn, like I said, they want players. They're tired of this draft pick stuff. Because the draft pick, they don't really want a whole lot of draft picks because they're looking at it like this. Yeah, draft picks are assets. But the problem is, if Durant was to go to a team that you're getting draft picks from, that team is going to still be good for at least 4 years to come. So if you're trading for 4 draft picks, and remember, you can't do 4 straight draft picks. It will have to be every other year. They're going to be terrible draft picks. They're going to be late first rounders. They're not going to be like lottery picks. So, that's why I don't. In the Pelicans, Brandon Ingram. Brandon Ingram and a bunch of picks, I get it. But you have to look at it like this. Brooklyn is still trying to compete this year. Brooklyn's got to compete with the Knicks. The Knicks can be 35 and 50, but they're gonna still sell out the Garden. Brooklyn don't have it like that, especially if they're going to lose Kyrie and Kevin Durant. They still have to stay competitive. What better way to stay competitive than to go get an NBA champion that's 27 years old and Anthony Davis? You get an expiring contract of Russell Westbrook. You get a promising young player, I guess, in Taylor Horton Tucker. And I use that word loosely, promising. Those are your options. Do you want one player and a bunch of picks? You're not going to stay competitive. Madison Square Gardens is right there, bro. You have to compete with the Knicks. The Knicks, as sorry as they are getting better. Nobody wants to play for Dolan and all that other garbage everybody talks about. But still, the Knicks they got to be competitive against the Knicks. They can't just lay down and die. I will give it to the Brooklyn Nets. They have blown up their team at least 3 times, and they have always been able to rebuild it. They have very, very good players. And I remember they got rid of all their young players and assets to get old, what's the name? Paul Pierce and Kevin Garnett. That didn't work. And then they were able to build another young nucleus and get KD and Kyrie to come over to Brooklyn. But then they gave away their assets to get James Harden, who was there for 5 minutes. And now they're blowing it up again. Yeah, they say KD wants to go to Phoenix or Miami, but the funny thing about that, bro, is they don't have a deal where they can get him. Unless Brooklyn be like, hey, all right, we'll take it. You got to trade Jimmy Butler. You can't use Bam Adebayo. You can't trade Bam over to Brooklyn. And I think KD wants to play with Jimmy, so you can't do that. Phoenix wants Booker. Brooklyn wants Booker. That's where that trade starts. They want Booker. That's why I'm just looking through the league and I'm like, wow, I don't see a team other than the Lakers who if you're looking for the best package possible. What up, Teddy? Why don't you jump in, Teddy? Oh, that's right. I forgot Merck is he's a Heat fan. And I know you don't want to give those dudes up. I know you don't. I know exactly. Jack Fanny, welcome. Red eyes to Ricky Brown. VP needs a haircut. What up, Teddy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, what up, Teddy? My man.
Much, man. What's good? What's good?
We doing this late night with Ricky Brown, and we talking the state of the Lakers. We're trying to figure out where KD's going. The chat's been helping me out here. My man Thriller Ali's been throwing some stuff out there, and we going over it. Merck, he don't want to part with nobody.
The way I look at it with the Lakers, it's like this. If anything, I'm taking both KD and Kyrie because, like I said, they need a point guard. And as far as I'm concerned, when it comes down to KD, he's one of the best pure scorers in the game. So why not? Why not have that goddamn advantage right there? Not only that, somebody who can spread the floor and somebody who's not focused over on LeBron or whatnot. Make his damn job a little bit more easier than what it is. LeBron's getting up there. Yeah, he can still move and all that stuff. He can still goddamn do what he do. But still, at the same time, hey, that clock is ticking for him.
It is.
That clock is ticking.
It's
ticking. Starting to tick. It's only so much he can do for his body at this point. Now it's just he goes ahead, do what he got to do with his body. But at the same time, hey, when it starts breaking down on you, it starts breaking down on you.
Well, here's what I say. The only pushback I'm gonna give to you is that LeBron James is the point guard for the Lakers. It's not going to be Kyrie
Yeah, that's
Irving.
true. He is a point.
Kyrie
He is a point.
Kyrie Irving is more of an undersized two. That's kind of what he is. Kyrie got the reputation of being a point guard because of his ball handling skills. Kyrie is more of a two guard. And Thriller Ali, Westbrook is sad, bro. But here's the thing about Westbrook, and here's why I haven't spent a lot of time on the Kyrie Irving going to the Lakers, because he already told everybody he wants to go to the Lakers. That's already been said. That's etched in stone and granted that Kyrie wants to go to the Lakers. That's what he wants to do. He wants to go to the Lakers. So by him saying that and being on a 1 year deal left, he has the leverage to get there. But Westbrook is a $47.3 million expiring contract. But it's an expiring contract. Think about this. The potential free agent class next year, you're going to try to clear cap space. What better way to clear cap space than to take on a $47 million expiring contract? So now, if you sign a guy to the max deal that's leaving the team, you have $47 million. Bro, you can sign a max guy and still have money left over to get another
Get
guy.
yourself a couple of role
Yes,
players.
absolutely.
Role players, or maybe a star who's like, hey,
I'll pay less.
and I'll
Yes,
even take a pay cut.
yes, I'll take
I'll
$10
even
million
take a pay cut.
and that is why Russell Westbrook's contract is better. Russell Westbrook's contract is more valuable than Kyrie Irving is right now, because Kyrie Irving is the better player right now, but he doesn't play all the time. He's a part-time player.
That's
So
true.
listen, one thing you can say about Russ, he's going to play hard. He's going to play every game. He is an Iron Man. He does not really get hurt, especially for a guy his size. He's very explosive, and he's maintained health.
I'll say it like this. I mean, when it comes down to the trade package, I mean, when it comes down to the trade package, we already know when it comes down to facts. KD and Kyrie want to play with each other still. They
Yes.
just don't want to do it in Brooklyn.
They
so
don't.
It's one of those things of, okay, well, do we go ahead and go with your route of, can we find a way to get KD to say, hey, I want to play with the Lakers, and whatever Kyrie does is whatever Kyrie does, and you keep that expiring contract of Westbrook, even though it's just a 1 year, it's just a 1 year deal. No harm, no foul. You just take the hit for this year, and then next year you got $47 million in cap space going, and he could go ahead and go wherever he wants to go.
That's kind of where you're at with that whole thing. But I don't think Kevin Durant doesn't want to play with the Lakers. I mean, there was years ago where he said that playing for LeBron got to be toxic and all of that stuff. He has said that. He was like,
Well, that's before he became a ring chaser.
Well, he has no choice to be a ring chaser now, because he's going to be 34 years old. He's got to be a ring chaser.
Of course, he's old now.
Yes.
I'm just talking about back then. He's talking about, it's toxic and everything like that. Well, I mean, the way I look at it is like this. He claims, okay, playing with LeBron's going to be toxic. I'm sorry, but if I'm looking at it like this, I would rather play with LeBron than Draymond. I mean, when it comes down to it, all LeBron really going to do is be like, yo, fuck you doing out there. Draymond's going to call your whole bitch and a half and keep it goddamn moving like ain't shit goddamn wrong with it. And he just looks at it as, your ass better fucking take it or you can leave.
Yeah, now, man, and that's why, see, Kevin Durant, he's at a point now where they gave him his own team, and he failed. He failed twice. He had his own team, failed twice, being the driver of the bus. Now, when he does go to the next destination that he goes to, they're going to look at him as a failure anyway. They always did. Like, a lot of people discredit his 2 rings that he won with Golden State. That's messed up. But that's how they look at it. They look at it like this dude just jumped in Steph Curry and Klay Thompson's bathwater.
Best believe. I'm still one of them types who believe it. I don't give a damn how people say it. Honest to God, I don't, because I remember when I was deployed. When this whole thing had came out, like that pretty much that year Cleveland won, and then that free agency, he comes in there and he joins, and I remember seeing a press conference and everything. I remember having full blown arguments with people then, and having full blown arguments with people when I was deployed on why that was a chump move. Because let's face facts, that's like I hate to venture off, but that's like saying, oh, Aaron Donald, right, loses to New England. That's like Aaron Donald saying, "Hey, I want to be traded to New England," and then going over there to win a goddamn champion, and then he goes over there and win 2 championships. I'm sorry, but that tarnishes your legacy because people's like, "Yo, not only did you go to literally the best team in the NBA, but you went to the team that literally came back 3-1 on you."
Yeah. Well, you know what it is? They got into his head when they were telling him that your career is a failure unless you have a championship. And that scared him. It freaked him out. You know, you see guys like Charles Barkley who didn't win a championship. Hey, listen, that's what made LeBron run in Miami. Because LeBron, remember in his speech or why he left, he said, I didn't want to be a player in the league with bad knees, chasing a ring or something to that point. Yeah, so listen, for some reason these people have these journalists, these pundits have put in the head of these players that they ain't shit unless they got a ring. And that's what they did to him. And now you have people they call ring chasing. Ring chasing, one of the biggest ring chasers, you know, in history. You guys that was chasing a ring. I remember when Rasheed Wallace was chasing rings at one time. That Portland team he was on with Pippen, that was good. And then he tried to, what team he did get a ring in Detroit.
He was there with Damon Stoudemire, Scottie Pippen and them in Portland. Almost beat the Lakers.
Yeah.
In Game 7.
Almost.
And then he jumps off and he jumps ship and he goes to
Detroit. He won a title in Detroit. He won a title in Detroit.
He won a title in Detroit, and all of a sudden he spent about maybe a year, 2 years with them, and then he ventured off, and if I ain't mistaken, he went to Boston. I think when KG and all them was there. If I remember correctly, I could have sworn he was in Boston during that time.
Yeah, he was
pretty much a role player.
Yeah, he was ring chasing, bro.
I mean, shoot. But you know, I would say this. When it comes down to ring chasers, I'll say the one person who gets categorized in that whole ring chase business, and it's just off the fact of he had 7 was Ori. And it's not even the case. It's just a mere...
You there, Teddy? You went out, Teddy.
Theater's buffering.
All right, yeah, you went out. All right, ladies and gentlemen, you got to excuse Teddy. I think he's in Alaska again. I don't know what happened.
No. I'm here. I'm good.
Oh,
Can y'all hear me? Can they hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. They got to be able to hear you. If I can hear you. Yeah,
okay, cool.
Hey, Thriller Ali, you're right. Kyrie is a diva, and that's probably why he has the leverage to get to whatever team he wants to, because nobody's going to give up assets for him. They're going to be like, yo, why am I going to take this dude? Like, yo,
exactly. Because they look at it like this. What if the pandemic heightens up again?
Yep.
Now look, and now all of a sudden they put out them restrictions that the players had to deal
with. He's not going to play.
Not being able to play if they got vax. Now we know he ain't going to play. Now it's like, dude, what is his contract right now with, like, what is it, like, how much is he making a year?
$36 million for 1 year. That's all he got.
Okay. 30. So now I'm up to wazoo $36 million, and my $36 million investment ain't even deciding to play because he won't get vaxxed.
No.
Like, yeah, I'm telling you, if I was Brooklyn, I would have got rid of Kyrie then.
Well, they couldn't because that would piss Kevin Durant, which it did. This whole thing of why Kevin Durant requested a trade is because they didn't give Kyrie the max. That's what it came down to. They didn't give him the max, and they basically told him, imagine if you're a married man and your wife tells you when you get home, you know what? You can see other people. Go find yourself a girlfriend, go sleep around, go do what you want. That marriage is now over, bro.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah, it's over.
Yep.
So when Brooklyn told him, go ahead, go seek a sign and trade if you can find one, that lets you know that what people think of you. That brother couldn't find anybody.
That's true.
For a sign and trade. He couldn't find anybody.
He could not.
So you know what he said? But here's where he is a smart kid, though. When he couldn't find that sign and trade, He said, fuck it, I'm going to opt in for $36 million. It's guaranteed
Mm-hmm.
money. So now, here's two things you got to do. You either got to trade me or you got to pay me. And you know what? I'm taking my $36 million. And then he knows, because he said he want to get to LA, right? And he's like,
Yeah.
hey, guess what? If I can't get to LA via trade this year, you know what I'll do? When you clear that $47 million for having Russ, I can come in and fit right under that cap. That's just what he did. And then he said, and then I think Kevin Durant put in a bigger plan. Kevin Durant was like, hey, yo, you know what? I'm going to ask to be traded. Once, think about it. It's mighty funny that once Kyrie opted in, that Kevin Durant said he wanted to get traded. Kevin Durant said, hey, you know what? Yeah, I'm going to go tell them to move me. And Kyrie's like, cool. Go ahead. Go get moved. Because you know they're in cahoots to be on the same team. That's just what it is. Bro, the NBA is totally different now. There is no more honor.
It's players' choice. Of course, there's no more honor with teams. It's players'
It's
choice.
over, bro. Those days are done.
It's been a players' choice league. It's been a players' choice league for the past 12 years now.
They can thank
All
LeBron for
because
that.
of
LeBron.
the decision.
Yep.
The damn decision special.
The decision.
Because
That's
that
what
let
did it.
everybody know right then and there, love. Yo, if he can make a whole TV special, an hour-long TV special, and they got a build-up, and people are literally tuning in to see what he's going to, I'm not going to go the route, but I damn sure is going to make sure I can go wherever I want to go. Hell, you know, back in the day, whenever you decide to get a trade, common practice was we'll trade you to the worst team out there.
That's right. But now these players, if you put them on a bad team, they're going to fold their hands, have duck lips, and be like, I'm not playing. Look what Ben Simmons did. They said we weren't traded. Bro, Ben Simmons has started an avalanche. Now, when the next CBA comes up, they are not giving these niggas any power, bro.
I'm telling you this right now. The owners are going to take back power when this season.
Bro, it's gonna be a lockout. It's gonna be a lockout.
Oh yeah, it's going to be pure lockout because the players are going to look like this. Oh, so y'all trying to take away players' choice? Cool, I'm not playing in the league.
Yeah.
I'll go to China.
Yeah, it's gonna be a lockout.
I'll go to Australia.
Exactly, and that's where the owners are gonna have to be like, damn, what are we gonna do? Because they
Their
can
hands
go
are
play,
tied.
but that works for guys who are looking to get paid.
Yep.
For the little boy that grew up in the projects trying to feed his family, and he ended up becoming a superstar, a generational player, like a LeBron James, like a Kevin Durant, like a Steph Curry. He didn't grow up in no projects though, but what I'm saying is those guys that love basketball and they know that it's all about the rings that you have, those are the guys that the league needs to get a hold of. It's those guys. They're not worried about the guy that chases money and this and that, whatever.
They're not worried about the Melos of the world.
They're not worried about those guys. They're worried about the guys who are the staple, the face of the league. If those guys have to agree or disagree with the new CBA, you're going to have problems.
I guarantee you, it's one of those things where those guys that you mentioned, they're going to meet with the owners, or they'll meet with Adam Silver. And
Yeah.
I guess he's
Well-
going to mediate all that. And I'm
Yeah,
telling
yes,
you,
he is.
just with those guys alone, they're going to come out with a list from all the other small guys who don't have a voice in the league. You know, the guys who are just out there getting money, the guys who just basically what you said ain't the faces of the NBA, the ones that you ain't gonna see on Sports Center literally every single day
And-
when it comes down to a report about something.
Now,
those guys there are gonna sit there, they're gonna compile a list, and they're gonna be like, these are all demands.
Yep,
If
and you
don't
gotta meet 'em.
We will have. If you don't meet them, we're gonna go into lockout, and I can guarantee you, majority of us is all either going to Australia, China, Slovenia, Russia, wherever it may be, to play basketball that's not in the NBA. We're gonna go there
Yeah, and those guys.
because at the end of the day, they can survive that why? Because their endorsements is way more than what their contract is.
Yeah, so listen, you got to agree. There'll be no crossing the line or anything. It's gonna be a lockout. It's not going to be a strike. The players are not going to strike. The owners are going to lock them out. There's a difference. When the owner locks them out, no players can come in. Anybody that's signed to a contract has to abide by the CBA. So you can't have a guy coming in saying, "Oh, well, I'll play under the old CBA." You can't do it. That's null and void. It's all over with. So they can't do that. So they can't have replacement players or anything like that. The league might not have the NBA might not have a league year that particular year. because
It'll be just like how baseball was.
yeah, yeah,
When they went on the play, when the MLB strike happened,
Yeah.
they didn't lock out, but the players went on strike.
Yep.
And it basically killed. They didn't have a World
They
Series.
wrong-
They
yeah,
didn't have
nope,
a playoff.
they did not.
The season was done.
Season was
The
done.
season was over.
Season was
And
done.
you know, I'll tell you this: when it comes down to it, it's going to be one of those things of. And let me tell you who's going to suffer at it: the fans. And let me tell you what's going to happen: you're going to have those type of fans who's literally the ones with I don't want politics in my sports. You're going to have those fans talking about, man, why can't they just shut up and play ball?
Well,
Why
Teddy,
can't
it's
they
funny.
just shut
It's
up
funny
and
you
play
said
ball?
that. It's funny you said that, Teddy, because if you look at the NBA courts now, I don't see Black Lives Matter on the court no more.
That's true.
I don't see.
them out
I don't
either.
see justice for said black person that was done dirty. You don't see that anymore.
I'll be honest.
You
I'll
don't
tell you
see
this.
it anymore.
I think the NFL had it longer than them. The NFL had it on their field longer than them.
Yeah, and the NBA has
It's like
way
after-
more minorities in it than
Exactly.
the NFL does.
And after that bubble game, after that dang on bubble season, when they came back in that bubble and they finished
Never
out the
saw it
season,
again. Never saw it again. You know why?
Never
You
saw
know why
it
you
again.
never saw it again?
As soon as it was people was back in there, never saw that. Never saw it.
Because
unfortunately.
it messed up the ratings and it messed up the merchandising of the league.
Of course.
Because whether we want to believe it or not, folks, the 9 people that are in here viewing, it's still America. There's still racism out there.
Plain and simple.
And a lot of
I
people
mean-
can give two you-know-whats about a Black Lives Matter movement and, wearing hoodies for Trayvon. They don't want that. They just want to see these Negroes play basketball and entertain them. They don't care about any of those social justice or social issues about getting right. They don't care about it. And that's just what it is. It's unfortunate, but that's just what it is. There's nothing we can do about it.
That's just the reality we
The
live in.
only thing we can do to fix that is just raise our children better. That's all.
They come out there and they're just like, look, I could care less about your agendas. I just want my escapism in sports.
I gotta say this,
Plain and simple.
Merk, you are tripping. Nobody wants DeMarcus Cousins. He is worse than Anthony Davis. That dude gets hurt getting out of bed.
Oh my goodness.
Yo,
Oh,
Merck
God.
has the gall to come in here
Jesus
and
Christ.
tell us
Merck,
that DeMarcus
Merck,
Cousins is a free agent and that he could turn deadly with Boogie.
No.
Damn it! If I had
Hell no.
if I had a coon room, you'd be in it right now. What are you saying here,
Mark,
Stop
you need to
this!
Stop that noise. No, ain't nobody even worried about DeMarcus Cousins. I totally forgot that man ain't had no team.
All I remember is that damn headband with his balding head, and he was shooting 3-pointers at 7 feet tall. Get his ass up out of here, Merk. Stop this! Stop! Man, see no damn Boogie Cousins. Boogie, get your ass up out of here. Man, on to another subject. I want to talk about prices, just for about 5 seconds. I get Poland Springs delivered to the house. Them bastards went up $2 a damn bottle. But you know what, Teddy?
Oh, you talk about water?
Yeah, but you know what, Teddy?
Yeah, what's up?
That's some good fucking water, brother. Yo,
Poland Springs?
Yeah,
I mean,
bro.
Hey, look here.
Hey,
I'll pay that goddamn.
Bro.
I'll pay that premium price for
Is
some
it-
good ass water. Dude. I ain't gonna lie.
There ain't nothing better than Poland Springs
Essentia.
water, boy. Woo, bro.
Essentia and Polish Spring. I've had that. I've had Polish Spring, and I'm telling you, like, don't get me wrong. Like, the way I got to, don't get me wrong. I got a ball on a budget, right? Simple as that. I got a ball on a budget, so I got to go ahead and get, instead of Polish Spring, I got to go ahead and get Kroger brand water. It's just not the same, but hey, I stomach it and keep it moving. Great value water too, and all that stuff. But Polish Spring water, if I got just a little bit extra in the bank, oh buddy, I'll go ahead and give me about maybe 3-4 cases worth.
Yeah, because when it goes, it's expensive too. So,
It is. Oh, yes,
so
sir.
Poland Springs. So if anybody out here work for Poland Springs and know them, they can be a sponsor of this show. Hell,
Thank you,
I
please.
spend $110 a month, for this damn water. But
Yeah.
on to back to business. So Teddy, you're in favor. You think the Lakers should do the trade?
I feel as though they should do the trade, but if you can, I would say it like this: if I can just get KD, because I know KD's gonna play, and I know KD's gonna do tremendous things in LA. If I could just not get Kyrie in that package deal, I'll be alright. Because Kyrie is such a wild card. because he just has so many different views. I feel like he's just trying to be a little too dang on woke for his own good, and sooner or later he's gonna be clean out of the NBA. It's just a mere fact of hey, people still living on that old Cleveland run he had with in 2016, and that's what's keeping him in there. But other than that, it's starting to get to the point everybody's starting to get sick of him. So if I can get KD and find a way to leave out Kyrie, I'll take that deal. Because
Wow.
even then, because for me, I'm a Rockets fan. So when it comes down to it, I'm looking at this super, super, super closely. Because we have 4 first round picks for Brooklyn. From 2023 all the way up to 2027.
And that's what
So
I was
we
telling
are
the brothers in the chat. Like,
so
one brother was
if they
proposing that the Pelicans have a lot of draft picks, and I told him, I said, "Bro, those draft picks ain't worth a damn.
ain't
If
worth
if
that.
if you have a good player on there, like
Thank
Kevin
you.
Durant, he's got like 4 good years left. You're gonna get
You go to the playoffs.
yeah.
Look at
You're
you
not
go
getting
with
no lottery
KD
picks.
alone.
You're not
You're
getting
not
no
getting
lottery picks.
That's why when it comes down to it, I remember people was saying so much. Oh, the Rockets traded him to the Nets, and what they got, they only got a couple first round picks and all that. And now we're looking at James Harden and KD and Kyrie. Oh, the Rockets lost that trade. I sat there. I was like, no, we did not. Because this ain't gonna pan out like y'all think it is. This ain't gonna be no 3-4 year run that these guys have. Everybody leaving.
Yeah, I
Give it
mean,
about give it. I told him I think give it 2 years. I think it only took a year and a half.
now
But I said give it 2 years. And them
everybody
jokers is
knows.
done.
Listen, here's the problem with draft picks. Draft picks are only good for the kids that go to college, where you're going to find you a kid
Yes.
that's in college. And not only are they only good for the kids that go to college, they're only good for a lottery pick. The fact that you can find hidden gems with the G League players is a big dent to these so-called draft picks that people are getting as compensation. It's just what it is.
I'm about to say draft picks don't nearly hold as much weight as they used
They
to.
don't. They do not. You know, the only sport where draft picks hold weight is the NFL. The NFL, those draft picks hold weight because when you're rebuilding a team, if you're in the top 5, you can pick the best offensive, defensive, or quarterback. That's best offensive player, best defensive player, and the best quarterback in the draft. If you have a top 5 pick in the NFL.
Not only that, if let's say you have multiple first round picks and some of them are back to back,
Yeah.
you can mess around and that's where you can mess around because I don't know who, and I don't think I ever seen it before, but I've seen some stuff on videos with people in Madden literally trading some of their players away and getting like multiple first round picks, and they got the picks back to back to back, and they completely rebuilt their team through the
Yeah.
draft.
Yep.
And it's just like that. Like if you're able to find that, but we all know in a real world situation, the NFL, you'll probably see the most at best two in the first round. That's about it. But other than that, it's highly unlikely.
Now there's some guys that get drafted in the NBA. Kobe Bryant was one. When he said, "Hey, look, Charlotte, you can draft me. I'm not playing for y'all. I'm not." Now, I'm pretty sure if Charlotte knew what Kobe was gonna be, they would have been like, "Fuck off, Lakers. You're not getting him." But that's what happens when the Lakers bought him in to work him out. It was like, "Hey, listen, Jerry West said, hey, look, we're taking this guy."
I'm about to say. And as far as I'm concerned, some of these franchises out here might need to go ahead and give Jerry West his flowers before Buddy Boy all dead and gone. Because I did not, going through my research on some of these teams, I did not realize that Jerry West was very pivotal in a lot of these teams' success.
Oh, Golden State.
Especially in the West Coast, on the West Coast side of things. Like that Golden State, LA Lakers back in the day. At one point, he had like a cup of tea with the Clippers and managed to get some stuff going over there. Like that whole West Coast little scene
Grizzlies
right
too. He helped build that Grizzly team.
there. What'd you say?
The Grizzly team. He helped build the Grizzly team where
Oh, he helped build
Hubie
the
Brown.
Grizzlies
Yeah, that
team.
Hubie Brown was coaching.
Oh, yeah. I forgot he did have affiliations with Hubie. So yeah, he did
Yeah.
head over there and recruit it. But I just got to say, like he has a hand in a lot of these franchises that I didn't even know. I always knew about the whole West Coast connection going through there with the Clippers, the Warriors, the Lakers, and all that stuff. I always knew about that, but I didn't realize he branched out too.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah, he was definitely that. I remember. Yeah, I think he got Executive of the Year in 19.
Hmm.
That year he got Shaq and Kobe.
Yeah,
Yeah, he
I
got
mean,
Executive
shoot,
of the Year.
he basically started a dynasty with that. I mean, shoot. I mean, why wouldn't you get that man executive of the year?
Yeah, he did. He definitely did. Well, folks, listen. It's about it's 12 o'clock. What 12:22 East Coast time. We've been at it for almost 2 hours now. Thank everybody that came through. Don't forget to hit the like button, ring the bell, subscribe if you're not subscribed. My man Teddy's gonna be here with me on Tuesdays. And what's the other day we gonna do? We gonna do Tuesdays and we gonna do Saturdays and Tuesdays because
Yeah,
because
that work. That work.
SmackDown's the big show.
Yeah,
So
SmackDown's on Fridays.
yeah, so we probably do a show Saturday and Tuesday because
Mm-hmm.
we'll do Saturday. We can wrap up. Actually, with Saturday we can wrap up
AEW
the
as well.
AEW as well. Yeah, we can do AEW as well on Saturday, and then on Tuesday we'll have the Raw review show.
Right.
Where we'll go into detail with wrestling because actually yeah I'm writing a show now for the state of the WWE. We're going to talk about Roman getting the title off of him. You got to get one of those belts off him.
Yeah.
You got to
Yeah.
you got to get
About to
it.
be playing fantasy booker, folks.
Yeah. We got it. We got to play fantasy booking. That's what we gonna say. Matter of fact, that's the title of the show, Teddy. You just named it, fantasy booking. We got to go fantasy booking because we got to get the title off of Roman. He can't.
Yeah,
he can't.
buddy, we got to. We
He,
got to
yeah, he
because,
can't. He can't hold.
I mean, I remember that report when they came out with it talking about he's going to be gone majority of the summer. I mean, he's going to like SummerSlam. If I'm not mistaken, he's not doing Money in the Bank.
Yo, shout out to Thriller Ali. He just subscribed to the show, to the channel. I appreciate that, brother. Matter of fact, let's give him a wrench because I'm gonna remember everybody
Yeah.
that helped us start out. I'm gonna remember everybody. It tells me who subscribed and who hasn't subscribed, and everybody that did subscribe, I'm gonna give you something. I'm gonna give you something. You trust me. I'll look out for everybody that helped me. That's just what I do. So I will. Don't worry. I'm not telling you won't get you something tomorrow, but Christmas is about 6 months away. So hopefully, if I got 1,000 subscribers by Christmas time, I got to give Teddy some. I got to give the chat some. Especially the first 100 subscribers. They all
There you
get.
go.
They all getting something. They all getting some.
There you go.
Whatever they into, I'll email them personally and say, hey, look, what you into, whatever. Now we gonna cap it out at about $100. We ain't going over $100 now.
I would say
I ain't going over $100 because I gotta get my kids Christmas gifts. Okay, we can't be ruining Christmas for the Browns.
I will say this. I'll say the first 100 subscribers right there. I guess we'll call y'all founder subscribers.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
the first 100
They'll be
subscribers, they
the
getting
founders.
wrenches and everything. They're the founders. Because listen, without subscribers, especially with YouTube, you can't do nothing.
Exactly.
You can't do anything. They told me I'm trying to go live on my phone through the YouTube studio. And they're like, oh, yo, you don't have 1,000 subscribers. You don't have 1,000 subscribers. You can't go live. I'm like, wow. Like, yo, they really don't want you to get up there.
Oh no.
But
Nah,
yeah.
nah.
Yeah.
They got you jumping through hoops when it comes down to that. You can't even go live on your phone. And all that stuff.
His brother Ali said the new round table. Oh man. But yeah, we gonna figure it out. Ali, we gonna try to do everything though. We gonna this here we was talking sports. We gonna get to the gaming. We gonna get to everything. We want to be versatile. Because the problem we have, if there is a problem, there is an oversaturation with gaming channels.
It really
And
is. I'm not gonna lie, it really is.
and I already got brothers that do it. I got Z, the godfather of the whole shit. He does one. Post Up, Noah, and Mello, they got their own show.
Exactly.
P-Rock, who's come from the Broadband Bullies, he got his show. J-Dub's got his show. Like, bro, they're everywhere. So
Like they kind of got that realm covered. You know?
yes, that's covered, bro. I mean, listen, I'll mention gaming, but I'm not going to get in the detail that those brothers would get into because they already got they look they got that sewn up. That's a wrap. I wouldn't dare try to get into the gaming space because it's oversaturated. I can't hell. I go on Z Show, I can't even get a word in. That was one of the reasons why I used to always send $100 super chats. I can't get a word in. That's the only way my word gets through is a super chat. That's just what it was. You can't. The panel's full, bro. It's a wrap.
That'll be ready to beat the hell out you too as soon as you got them bringing the word.
Yeah, I mean, hey, that's just what you get beat up. But that's what it is. I listen, bro. I'm a gamer, but I can't have the channel focus on gaming. I can focus on things that I'm good at. I'm good at talking. I'm good at knowing sports or thinking I know sports. I know how to cook. That's how I got to be 360 something pounds at one time. That's just what it is. So, these are things that we're going to do. I love wrestling. I used to be a pro wrestler. These are things I can talk about. And yeah, we'll get to the gaming thing. You best believe when that Activision deal pops, I'm going live. Well, unless Z or Post going live, I won't go. I'll go on their show. But yeah, when ABK comes through, I'm going. And when God of War gets a release date, boom, I'm there. When that new Breath of the Wild 2 comes out, boom, I'm right there. Listen, I love this gaming shit. I've been gaming since 1983. And that's what it is. I'm gonna keep gaming now. That's what I do. But I just, like when I was on Post Up and Noah and Mellow Show earlier, State of Gaming. Shout out to State of Gaming because, they gave big love. Tweeting me out, boom, this and that, whatever. And that's, you like it when the brothers help each other. Coming from the ground, bro, listen, I might only got 60-some subscribers or whatever, but I had 0 10 days ago. I had 0. What was it, 10 or 11 days ago? Maybe it was 12. I had 0. I had 0. Yeah, we had more than that now. We getting up there. We almost, we are shooting for 100 subs. Because what I realized, though, is after you go live and after you shoot videos and people watch your videos and stuff, they'll subscribe to you. It doesn't have to be a live subscription. Like, Ali gave us one today. Sean gave me one from Post Up Show when he went on with State of Gaming. So it happens when people like what you're saying, they like your energy or whatever, this and that, they'll subscribe to you because they want to see what else you're going to say. And then that's how we got to flip it, bro. We got to start. Listen, you got to start somewhere. There's nothing wrong with, hey, look, Rome wasn't built in a day. We'll get there. Teddy, we going to look back and be like, man, remember we only had 62 subs? Wow. We weren't even getting paid then. But, yeah.
We doing it for the fun of things.
Yeah, that's what we doing. We doing it. Listen, first of all, matter of fact, if we do get monetized and we will. It's in God's will. That's what will happen.
Yeah.
Everybody's getting paid, bro. I gotta pay all of y'all before I get paid. That's how you run a business.
That's true.
I'm not making nothing off of this for the next 3 years. I'm not gonna make a dime. Nothing.
Oh shit! It's gonna be that's true. It is gonna be 3 years before you got then going to black on because that's literally how typical business is. Right?
Yeah, I'm not.
You normally running the negs for 3 years until you can finally go.
Bro, listen, I have planned this out. Over a year ago, Z was like, "Yo, Rick, why don't you show all that collection stuff you got and this and that, starting your own channel, this and that, whatever." I was dragging my feet, and then I was like, "You know what? Boom, I'm gonna do it." But here's how this works. We get monetized, we start making money. I got to pay the panels, the guys that come on. I got to pay them first. I got to get better equipment. I got to get my people's equipment. I can't expect y'all to come through. And if you don't have a camera or the right mic or something, I need a new mic. I got to get new mics. I got to get all that stuff, bro.
If anything, I went and got that HyperX. I think, the HyperX Quadcast S. A new one that HyperX dropped. It's pretty decent mic. But I mean, right now I'm on my Blue Yeti, but that's probably gonna end up being my traveling mic whenever.
Yeah. Because here's all we need, Teddy, is consistency. That's what we need. We need consistency, and we just gotta work hard, bro. There's no days off. We can't have days off. We got it. We got to keep it out there, and as long as we work hard and we stay consistent and we know what the hell we're talking about, we gonna be all right. And that's just how it works. It's just like building a church. As long as you start a church from the ground up, you might not have many visitors, you might not have any members, but then once people start coming through and they like the word that you're giving, the sermon that you're giving, then they start going like, yeah, you know what, he preached good. Yeah, then people will join your church, and that's why we're looking for church members. That's what we're looking for, and we'll find them. There's an audience out there. But yeah, with the whole gaming thing, bro, I mean, God, yeah, I look at all the people that I'm sub to, and 90% of them are like game eccentric channels. I'm like, damn, bro, that yeah, we don't want to get out in those deep waters. You know, we gonna keep it. We're going to be unique because we're gonna cover everything. You know, that's what it is. We gonna have our hat and everything. We're gonna be doing movies too. We're gonna do movies. We're gonna do TV shows. I mean, as soon as we get acclimated, I want to start with the wrestling first because I haven't seen a wrestling podcast that's worth a damn. Any ones that's good is all former wrestlers. I have never seen regular. Yeah, those are the only good podcasts, or the guys who were former pro wrestlers that actually was in the big leagues. I still have connections to the independents and know what's going on. So that's why I can give you some information and we're going to talk about it. A guy could give me a heads up, hey, you know, this is going to happen. Like, you could, Eclipse, when he was coming through, he was asking me, I gave Eclipse win for win what was happening. I think it was at SummerSlam. Because the dude told me, he's like, yo, this is what could happen. It's going to move this way. This is going to move that way. Boom, boom, pop, pop. I told him, I was like, yo, Brock's going to beat. I said, yo, Lashley's going to beat Brock. He's like, no way. I'm telling you. I said, it's not going to be a clean victory, but he's going to beat him. Like, I had everything that I said happened. And I said, that's when I was like, you know what? We got to have a show. I said, because this is, you know, that's what we need to do. But we're going to be all right. So, tomorrow, why don't you watch SmackDown? You get a chance to watch SmackDown. And I'm
record.
Okay, yeah, me too. I DVR all the wrestling shit. So so I'm gonna watch SmackDown tomorrow. And what we want to do is we're gonna do the fantasy booking about we're gonna do fantasy booking tomorrow night.
Okay.
Yeah, say probably around 8 or 9, I guess. We'll do it.
Okay, cool.
You
Yeah,
know,
that's cool. That's cool.
Yeah, 8 or 9. So 8 or 9. So what if anything changes? I'll just DM you, be like, hey Teddy, listen, can you make it this time, or you know, or whatever like that. So
No doubt. I got you.
All right, we'll do it that way. All right, Teddy, chat. Everybody that rocked out with us, appreciate it. Everybody that subscribed, I appreciate it. Again, my first 100 subscribers. I'll know who you are, and you all gonna get something. Just not today or tomorrow, but it's gonna happen. I never forget. Y'all have a good night, and don't forget to hit the like button. Again, subscribe, and hit that bell so y'all know when we're going live. All right, let me get my ass to bed.